Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a special session of the Carroll County Commissioners meeting, Friday, June 5th, 2026 at 10 a.m. If you would please stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance with us. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Leggett,
Here.
Commissioner Workner,
Here.
Commissioner Madansky.
Here. Thank you. I called the special meeting today because I wanted to discuss further the resolution that was presented yesterday to this board for the levy tax increase of the 10 mil limitation for the proposal of maintenance and operation of the county home. When it was presented to us, it was presented that it would not be an increase in property tax. Upon further inspection post the meeting yesterday, I did learn that it would actually be an increase in property tax to the property owners of our county. So I want to bring that back to the board for further discussion now that we have a more clear understanding of what was being presented.
Gentlemen, I just want to let you know the auditor is on as attendee. If you need her to speak or anything, just let me know.
Thank you. I had reached out to Auditor Stacy Brady and asked her for a breakdown of what the funding would look like. And with the renewal part, I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but the renewal part, the 1.4 mils generates approximately 1.4 to 1.5 million a year. And then with the added 0.5 millage,
34.
it would be 834,000. So roughly just over half of what was already being brought in. That 834,000 would have been brand new property tax burden on the residents of Carroll County. So I had a conversation with the superintendent and her financial officer out there and thought that it might be best for us to come back today to rescind this motion and give us more time to get on the drawing board and see if there's other options where we could reduce funding or reduce expenditures at the county home, or other ways we can create revenue rather than putting it on the burden of the taxpayers.
So for purposes of discussion, I'd be willing to make the motion to rescind the previous motion and resolution that was made to place that on the ballot.
I'll second that.
And then what I would say is this. The taxpayers of Carroll County have been very generous in supporting the county home. And we wouldn't want to do anything that would take and abuse that support that we have had previously in the past. My vote yesterday for that measure was represented that it would actually cost the taxpayer less, was part of the language that was used to present this to us. And then upon your further investigation with the auditor, it was disclosed that that was not going to be the case. And as I said, I don't ever want to see us abuse the generosity of the taxpayer of the county. And I think that it is the appropriate thing to do to rescind that previous motion and then revisit this thing so that we can have a complete understanding of what it's going to take.
Yeah, we still have the appropriate amount of time to file the appropriate resolution, because they still will need to do the renewal of the 1.4. They have till August to get that on the ballot. So I think it is the safest bet and most appropriate approach right now is to take a pause on this, rescind this motion. We certainly don't want to increase the tax burden on the residents of this county that are already maxed out with the taxes.
The other thing I would say is the necessity part of this renewal was absolutely well understood, well founded and appropriate. The part that surprised me after further investigation was that it's actually going to cost the taxpayer more, and that was not how it was represented.
I'm sure as the board would have been represented the way it was actually gonna be, I probably would have never voted to pass it.
Well, not without further.
You, so you're thinking about having somebody evaluate expense out to county home to see what's going on?
Yeah, I think what the approach now is we rescind this, and then we form a work group with the county home has their own board and they have their own staff, and we take a look at ways of raising the revenue out there or decreasing the costs or both, and come back and see how we can present that to the board for their approval of eliminating the need for that 0.5 mil increase. Any further discussion?
And
Does the media have any questions?
yes, sir.
Stacy, do you have anything you want to share or?
Okay. No?
I can hear you, Stacy.
Okay, sorry. All kinds of popping up. I just want to clarify because I from talking to Dawn and Kara, I think I understand what they were trying to say. And it was that with the option for a replacement no longer being an option, that by doing a renewal plus increase was actually going to generate less revenue than if they did a replacement. So, it's really hard to explain these things when you don't work with them every day. So, and I sent them estimates last night on a renewal with increase of 0.2, 0.3, and 0.4. And I think the direction you guys are taking right now is perfect. So we'll get it figured out.
Thank you.
And Tom, she's talking Dawn from County Home, not me.
That's right. Well, with no further communication needed, I'll take I should do a roll call vote on this, huh?
I researched it and you do not have to do a roll call vote on the rescission of a resolution.
Okay, well, thank you for that research.
Mhm.
So those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried to rescind resolution 2026-22. Don't think we're allowed to have any further discussion, but this is what was advertised, so I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor